Good morning, evening, afternoon, or somewhere in between, wherever you are, my fellow YouTube users, whatever you want to call yourselves. I am Chimera45, your host/time waster, and today we are continuing God of War: Ghost of Sparta. Now, I have a cat in here with me, so if you hear a random meow, that's what it is. It's not me going crazy or anything like that. So, last time, Gaia really doesn't say anything much here.
A dark netherworld.
I'll still let her talk.
Nestled between the
Mostly.
land of the living and the realm of the dead. A purgatory ruled by the god of death, Thanatos.
So last time, we had to go and retrieve the gate key to the domain of death. And then we had to fight our way through the Sunken City of Atlantis. Now we're actually in the domain of death, which, as Gaia said, is a netherworld between the lands of the living and the land of the dead. Or purgatory, as she put it. Whenever you see an object glowing red in this game, that means you have to hit it with your spear. I don't know if I've said that yet or not. But in this case, it opened up a grapple point. Yay, grapple points. Okay, there we go. Had a little hiccup with the editing right there. So, of course, as soon as we get into the domain of death, we have a gauntlet to face of satyrs and minotaurs. Minotaur, I do not mind. I still don't get how we can... It must be because he's a god that he can block those kinds of attacks. It's the only explanation. Any other time, he cannot block attacks that look that heavy. That's a pretty big hammer. Even Thor would be impressed. Speaking of Thor, oh my god, Rick Riordan. I don't know if you know him. He's the Percy Jackson author, but he writes other series interwoven with the Percy Jackson stories. Oh, I just finished his newest book, The Hammer of Thor. Oh my god, it was so good. I had a couple of issues with it, but it's just personal things. The overall story is amazing. Some of the characters didn't really get under my skin, but I was just like, you really had to include this. Really? But maybe I'll start doing book reviews. Because that one review I did on episode 1 of S.H.I.E.L.D. did not go over very well. So maybe I'll just start doing book reviews. They're easier to start with. Yeah. Well, anyway, if you're a fan of Percy Jackson and you watch this and you have not read either the Kane Chronicles or the Magnus Chase books, check them out. Or the Heroes of Olympus, because that's the official sequel to the Percy Jackson series. And he's got another sequel series coming out. The first one is The Trials of Apollo. I haven't read that one yet, but I want to read it. You gotta read it. But what got me so hype at the end, I don't know if I'm going to do reviews on the books or not, so I'm just going to say it here. And if I do, and you watch it, I'm sorry for repeating information. But it did. Oh, but it'll be spoilers. Is it spoilers? Alright, if you don't want to know, it's not plot essential or anything, but it's like the very last line of dialogue spoken in the book. Magnus Chase is the cousin of Annabeth Chase, who is from the original Percy Jackson books, and she's also in the Heroes of Olympus books. And they met at the end of the first book to talk, because Magnus had no idea that she was a demigoddess. And, oh, I actually got hit there, damn. But anyway, at the end of the second book, Magnus and his friends have to cross the sea in order to get to where one of the bad guys is. And she's like, Magnus is like, oh, my cousin's had experience with sea monsters and sea voyages and all that. I'll go ask her. So he goes and talks to her. And she's like, I wonder how this whole multiple gods situation works. Like, can one god pantheon interact with another? He's like, why? What do you think? And she's like, well, sea gods really aren't my specialty, so I think it's time for you to meet Percy. And I don't know why, but that line got me so hype. I'm getting hype all over again just talking about it. I was just like, no. fucking way we're gonna bring Percy Jackson into this. Because the movies don't do the books justice. Percy is a badass in the books, or he becomes one. He's a pussy at first, but anyone would be a pussy at 12 years old getting thrown into a world of magic and gods and monsters and all that. But by the end of the Heroes of Olympus series, he's a badass. He's got a lot more control over his power. He's a lot stronger overall. He just turned into a badass. And Magnus isn't as much of a badass yet, but he's getting there. So if Percy brings along some of his friends from the Heroes of Olympus, oh god, it's just gonna be a menagerie of epicness, and it's just gonna be so cool. I hope. Or it'll be a huge disappointment. But he has not disappointed yet. At least he hasn't disappointed me. I don't know about anyone else who's read the books, or don't judge the books off of the movies. The same with Aragon. Do not judge the book off of that movie. The movie was okay from a movie standpoint, but compared to the book, it's garbage. So do not judge Aragon by the book or by the movie either. Go read the book, all 4 of them, because it's a very, very, very well written story. A few of the plots here and there are like, it kind of feels like you're just pulling that out of nowhere, but overall it's just like awesome. There's so many book series out that I just love that I really should do reviews on them. And that new Harry Potter movie's coming out. I don't know if it's out yet or not, but Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, I want to see that. That looks interesting. I don't think I'll like it as much as the original Harry Potter movies, but I think it'll be an interesting view. Get out of my way, you stupid branch. Vine thing. And I have not yet seen Doctor Strange, but I want to see Doctor Strange so badly. I heard it's good. Heard it's strange, but what do you expect? The title is called Doctor Strange. Of course it's going to be a little strange. But people underestimate Doctor Strange. Like, they don't realize how powerful he really is. He is the Sorcerer Supreme. Like, it's kind of hard to get more important than that, really. You know, he's responsible for more or less protecting the entire mortal veil from extra-dimensional invasions. I was just like, damn. Dude's a badass. I really wish that they could portray the heroes on screen like they could in like they can in the comics and all that. That would be so cool. Oh no, it's them again. I hate these bitches. Yeah, like Hulk and Thor, they are so underpowered in the movies. Even Iron Man is underpowered. Cap, he's pretty much the same. Hawkeye, Widow, they're pretty much the same. Because they don't have any real super powers that would require a crazy amount of CGI. But like Hulk and Thor, god, they are underpowered. Hulk's best feat so far is punching that Leviathan in first Avengers movie. But like in the comics, Hulk once held up a 150 billion ton mountain above, or stopping it from crushing all the other Avengers. I'm not sure how long. Oh, I missed it, damn it. I'm not sure how long he held it up for, but I think it was at least a few hours. So that's pretty damn impressive. As big of a fan as I'm, like, Thor is my #1 guy in Marvel, but even I admit that physically, he cannot beat the Hulk. He can beat the Hulk with his hammer, using his full array of powers, but in just a pure fist fight, the Hulk has him pretty much every single time, unless the Hulk is, like, weakened or something like that, or Thor is in his berserk warrior madness state. Or he has the Odin Force. That's the only other time I could think he'd be able to enhance his physical abilities to the point where he could beat the Hulk just in a straight-on brawl. It looks so funny just constantly guarding like that. Ray's just like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Come on, come at me, bitch. Come at me, bitch. But yeah. So. definitely go check out those books. And I'm really thinking maybe I should do a review on them. Not going to be that much editing. It'll pretty much just be a picture of the book cover as I'm, talking about it. Because there's really no images for them. I'm sure there's like character artwork and all that, so I can put those on the screen. But should I do individual book reviews or in like the whole series review? Like the Percy Jackson series, the Heroes of Olympus series, or should I go one by one? Not entirely sure. Leave me a comment if you feel like it. Oh, hello. Must have been a Gorgonite. I already have all of them. I do not believe I max out the third bar, the special bar. I don't think I maxed that out. For Theros Bane, don't think that gets maxed out. Do I even need this one? No, I can't even push it. There's a huge crack right there. So I'll say I don't think I need that one. But it never hurts to double check. There's probably a chest hidden around there somewhere that you would need that platform to get to, but I don't know about it. I may love God of War. I may, not trying to pat myself on the back or anything, but I'm pretty decent at them. Not the best. Not saying I'm the best, but I'm pretty decent at them. But even I don't know all their secrets. I play through them and I'm like, oh, I had no idea this was here. Yet another hiccup in the editing department there, my bad. That's what I love about video games. You can play through them so many times and still find something new. No, there's nothing back there. We were just there. We just saw... Why are you attacking those sides? Oh, God. I am making very good progress on God of War 2. I finally got past the part where I have to protect that one prophet. And now, I'm actually almost to Clotho. I just have to get through that gauntlet for her, and I'm there. And then it's Zeus time. Oh god, that's gonna be so difficult. Or it's gonna be easy. Like, it'll be a really anticlimactic ending. Oh, there's nothing anticlimactic about the ending of God of War 2. It's probably my favorite ending in a video game. Zeus is all cocky. He's like, we will defeat Kratos and we will restore balance to Olympus. Kratos is like, yeah, fuck you. I brought the motherfucking Titans with me. Spoilers for anyone who doesn't know God of War 2, I'm sorry. But if you're watching this on my channel, you've probably already checked out my older God of War videos, I would assume, possibly, maybe? Or you've already played the games yourself and you know exactly what's going on. Me and Blind Man SG1 were talking about this. I don't know if I've talked about this before on another video. I want to talk about it now, after Gaia speaks.
A place neither mortal nor god had dared enter. Worshipped long before the Olympians, Thanatos, the god of death, dwelled within.
Yeah, what if they made a game where Kratos is sent to a different time? Either, like, right before the events of 2, like, so he's still a god or something like that, or maybe in the 10-year gap between 3 and 4, or something like that. Just like a little spin-off game where he goes through time, and if he's a god, he like has to fight other gods from other pantheons in order to return to his timeline. Or if it's like after the events of 3, he like goes through time, or he's sent through time to see like maybe the ramifications of what he did. You know, it's like Kronos, the Titan, Cronus, the god of time, since that's one of the gods that we've never seen in this series. Maybe he comes to Kratos and is like, hey, you really screwed up here. This was not supposed to happen. Look what you've done. And that's why, and like he goes through time and has a journey, like seeing everything that he's wrought more or less. And that's why in the 4th game, he's trying to be a lot more mellow. He's trying to actually teach his son how to survive. I don't know, like, I think it would be really fascinating, but they would have to do it right or it would just be dumb. I mean, that's with anything, obviously, but especially with something like that, you have to do something like that right. Hey, go get him! Go get that! Go get him! Nah, I'm not gonna get there in time. Oh, I forgot, their circles are permanent. I need to trust my past self right here because he knows what he's doing. He has the plan right now. It's been a while since I played this, so I do not remember my plan. I think like one or two more pop up after these two, so I'm like, alright, let me try to get them both into circle before bringing out 2 more. It would be funny if his friend killed him for me. Whoa. Die. It'd be funny if my own explosion, like, knocked me out of the combo. I'm so glad other monsters can't interfere with that. That would be so unfair. Oh, that's what it is. These bitches start popping up. So I was like, yeah. Oh, no, wrong bitches. Okay, these guys aren't as bad. It's still 3-on-1. On God mode. Not the best. Oh, yeah, okay, and one more Cyclops does pop up. Die! I kind of wish the monsters would fight themselves. Like, say if the Cyclops accidentally stomped on one of the little dudes, the little dude goes after him. I would like that, but at the same time, it would be kind of weird. I wonder who sends these monsters after you, like in each game. I'm guessing in the first one it's Ares trying to stop you. In this one, I guess maybe it's Thanatos? At least in his realm. But overall, I don't really know who controls the monsters that come after you. In the first one, it is said Ares raised an army to attack Athens, so when you're in Athens, they're under his control. In Pandora's Temple, obviously, they're there to protect the box. I guess during the course of 2, it could be Zeus or the Fates controlling the creatures. During Chains of Olympus, I don't really know. Whoa, God, that was close. And in 3, obviously, I guess they would all be under the gods' control. That's always just something that I wondered about. Ever since I played Betrayal, Kratos was like, Hades, you dare send your creatures to stop me? Or something like that. I could probably find a way to do a Let's Play on Betrayal, but it really wouldn't be worth it. It's a decent game, especially for a mobile game, but yeah, I just don't think it would be worth it. Apparently, I haven't seen any official articles on this, but I was watching one of the Team 4-Star streams or something like that, and they mentioned that they are planning on Webfoot Co. or something like that is planning on making a Legacy of Goku 4. Like I said, I don't know how accurate that is, but apparently from what they heard, it's going to be on, it's going to be a mobile game. So if that actually comes out, I might have to find a way to record a mobile screen, so that way I can do a Let's Play on that. Buddy, my past was supposed to have been forgiven long ago by the gods, and they betrayed me. Well, not me, Kratos. They betrayed Kratos, and that is never a good idea. I don't get why they would betray Kratos. You saw what he did to Ares. I guess Zeus thought he could handle it. No one can hold down Kratos. Not even the Fates. And they control everything. Even Zeus is afraid of the Fates. Got a pretty decent amount of red orbs there. Why would I upgrade the Horn of Boreas? Boo. That's such a dumb power. A lot of the magic in this game is kind of dumb. The domain of death lies outside the realm of Olympus and the world of mortals. Titans and the Olympians, and remains one of the most feared places by both men and gods alike. Few have ever ventured here, none have left alive. Pretty sure it said it has existed long before the gods and the Titans. Pause it and read it if you want to. Come here, darling. Yeah, you see, I don't think I max out that final bar. A little disappointing, but can't get a perfect run each time. One thing I wish they would do is go back and remake the first God of War game. That'd be kind of awkward now that T.C. Carson is no longer the voice of Kratos. But it would be cool for them to go back and remake it. Not only to give it updated graphics and all that, but to kind of fix the story of it in a way. You know, they could go back and put in how the gods actually look instead of those generic forms that they gave them. Yeah, I need 2 more horns. I don't think that's going to happen. They could go back and make Kratos like he actually is in the rest of the games, you know, really pissed off at the gods and all that. Because in the first one, he's very respectful towards them, calling them Lord and all that. I guess maybe it's only because he's like under their command, but even in Chains of Olympus, he's not outright defiant, but he's hostile towards them. Guy even says, as his rage and hatred for the gods grew ever stronger, Kratos knew what he had to do towards the end of the game. So he had hatred for them, just wasn't portrayed in the first one because, like I've said before, they did not expect God of War to become such a phenomenon. They did put a few things in there to make a sequel if it went over well, but I don't think they expected it to blow up like it did. And hell, I might never have even gotten into this series as early as I did if it wasn't for that one decision I made in ShopRite. I was like, I want to say I was 13, 14? Yeah, maybe even 12 when I got the first God of War game. I was in ShopRite with my mom, and I saw 2 video games, Shadows of Colossus and God of War. I was like, these look really cool, and I had just gotten my PlayStation 2. She's like, Mom, can I get these games? She was like, bring them up to the register, and we'll see. I was like, okay, cool. Go up there, she's like, okay, I only have money to get you one of them, so choose. And I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, they both look so cool, but I'm into Greek mythology, and I was really into Greek mythology as a kid. So, I'm gonna go God of War. And I got hooked. I don't remember if by the time I played 1, 2, if 2 was already out. I think it was, but I'm not 100% sure. But I remember when I beat 2, and I had to wait all the way till 2009 for the 3rd game. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I have to wait for the ending to pick up from such an epic spot for all this time. But it was totally worth it. Totally worth it. Alright, this thing, you just have to outrun it. You don't jump onto it or anything, you just flat out outrun it. And go! 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 What's down these stairs? You tell me what's down these stairs. Well, actually, If you guys don't know about these games, you can't tell me what's down the stairs. But this is what's down the stairs. Annoyingness. So you have to go here and destroy these 4 gears while getting attacked by this skeleton crew. Fuck your faces. And obviously these gears are controlling that giant death machine out there. Yes, give me health. Although it barely does anything on God mode. You know, lower difficulties, that thing fills you up pretty nicely. Break. And break. Yes. We did it. Victory is ours. Die, die. Come on, get up. I want all the red orbs that you have to offer. They will go into my weapons and make them stronger. You have no hope against me, puny skeleton men. Ha 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 ha. I'm sorry. A little bit of a power trip there, but I'm done. I wonder if a human would be able to beat an undead skeleton. Like, I'm just talking about a normal human. You would think it wouldn't be that difficult, as like knock off their head or something, but if there's some sort of force that's making that skeleton walk around, I don't really think it's going to be as easy as just taking its head off. That's just my personal opinion. So without that thing controlling it, we can push this all the way back here. Get ourselves some lovely red orbs. Some more lovely red orbs. And be about our merry little way. And this video is almost over, so thank you all for joining me on part 9 of God of War Ghost of Sparta. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hey, leave me a like and maybe possibly subscribe. I don't really care. I do care, but I don't really. So, yeah, have a good day, guys, and I hope you have enjoyed.